Hello and welcome to the third and final episode of S.O.S or YES.M.S. In this episode, we will not be examining any figures, any numbers, nothing. I have included the ones we have done previously in the description below. If you want to take a look at it yourself, the short of it, the numbers indicate an S.O.S. I want to use this episode to address three things that I find particularly important. So without any further ado, now, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of rivalry, especially the one that we have right now going between Fault and Predecessor. However, I experienced during the stress tests streamers that exclusively stream Fault spreading misinformation, which is not helping S.M.S. And if you are spreading easily falsifiable information, it's obvious. And not only that, you have to understand it reflects poorly not only on yourself, because if you only stream Fault, you can give off the impression that maybe S.M.S condones your behavior. And the thing is, the people at S.M.S work hard to create the best game that they can, and you're not doing them any favors by trying to deceive people into coming over. Why don't you focus on creating value to people, to viewers, to players, to community members? Because the way that you're going about it, being sneaky, oh yeah, the Omida said don't stay off the servers. Yeah, what kind of dumb lie is that? Oh yeah, during the stress test, don't stress the servers, guys. Come on, think a little more. Seriously, S.M.S deserves better. The second issue that I wanted to address is the new player experience. Now, kudos to Strange Matter Studios for making it a primary focus. They have mentioned numerous times that they want to improve player retention. And Strange Matter Studios, I want to give you some of my personal experience with some players in the hopes that it can help you in your goal, because I feel like the new player experience is one of your keys to success, and it is paramount that you achieve and cultivate a great environment for newer players. 2 weeks ago, I had a Muriel type, this is my second game, and the team was cordial until we started losing. The new player was flamed, and the new player stated, I'm done. And I apologized on behalf of the team, but he was out. Now, there's something awesome here. The new player queued up once, had fun, and wanted to play more. That means you got a fun game. You're gonna be hooking people. That's beautiful. Now, where it falls apart is you have a player with less than 5 games in a game with 9 other players with 20 games under their belt, 50 games under their belt, 150, maybe more. And that's when this is where the new player experience begins to fall apart, because if they still want to play even after getting destroyed by the more experienced players, the verbal abuse that those new players encounter, it turns them off, and that spoils it, because unfortunately that's all it takes, and then they judge the entirety of the community based off of that limited interaction, and it sucks. And so my second piece of advice is please try, whenever you go into early access, please try to make new players match up with new players. It is imperative for their own joy and experience. When those players are experiencing Fault and they're learning what it means to be in Fault and to use those abilities and hit that power spike when they get that item, they have to experience that with new players. It is so important, because a lot of the players, they're past that honeymoon phase, and they're sweaty, they're going to try hard, and there's nothing wrong with that either, but the abuse is where it's killing the player base. And the decline in the player base is a direct result from this exact thing. So guys, please make it a primary focus when you go into early access. If you do, I think you guys will see a great result, and the player numbers will grow. The third thing that I want to address here, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow, but we're not pulling any punches here, and I hope that you guys at S.O.S can respect that. So to the S.O.S devs, I think you have to drop your pride in some of your original creations. That meaning one of the things that you've designed in the game originally. The most obvious example is Boris. He is not healthy for the game. He's not a well-designed character. He's very reminiscent of pre-work Warwick from League of Legends. And all you need to know about that is there's a very good reason why Riot reworked that kit. And I think it's seriously in your benefit to rework Boris because he's a terrible character. I'll give you an example. The other night I see a 5-item Twin Blast against a 6-item Boris. Twin Blast is wailing away on Boris. Boris is smacking the minion wave, smack, and his health is going like this. And then he just one-shots Twin Blast. He's a bad character. He needs to be examined, and please drop your pride. I understand it's an original creation, but you scrapped the first map, you realize you saw the value in that. Please realize the value in reworking this terrible character. And the second system that I want to address is the aspect system, because it's a bad system too. You guys already noticed something off with it. That's why you took it out of the items. I say, why go halfway? Take it all out, because it's not good. It creates such polarization in a lot of matchups, and not only that, I'm sure it's a nightmare to balance for you guys. I wouldn't even dream to say I have any kind of answers to balance it, because I don't. I would just say take it all out, because it's just causing you more problems. And I'll tell you one thing. For example, Sevarog is struggling in against auto-attacking junglers that go aggressor, and conversely, in the solo lane, he's a freaking monster. He doesn't even have to build any energy damage. He gets all his energy damage from stacks, from Titan, and from Queen. And then he just builds pure tank, and he hits like a truck. You have a tank. It's crazy. It's not healthy for the game. And you caught wind of that when you baked it into the items. I think it's best to take it out, but at the very least, I hope you guys examine some of these things, especially the two things I mentioned, Boris and the aspect system. And if you don't at least rework it, please change it. It's in a bad place, and it's very harmful to the game. Please check it out. And that'll conclude our third and final episode of S.O.S. or YES.M.S. I hope everybody enjoyed the series while it lasted, and I hope to see you again soon. Peace.